Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Barbeno's World. I'm back here at my bartering farm, collecting more Blackstone, and today I've got an absolute ton of it. Almost 5 full shulker boxes filled with Blackstone, and I've got an actual ton of gold. I used to have more than this, but this is quite a bit just from AFKing overnight at the gold farm. All of that Blackstone will be great for working on the land transformation project, but for now I don't really have any end in sight for that project, so I kind of want to set some boundaries for where I want to go to and where I want to stop for the Blackstone. So as you can see here, I've turned on an overlay for the spawn chunks of my world, and the idea isn't to cover the entire spawn chunk area, but this should give me a good idea of kind of what I want to do and how far I might want to go with it. Once again, using these chunk boundaries, I can decide that I probably don't want to go any more south than about here, and I probably don't want to go any more east than maybe this chunk right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and build a really big outline for how big I want this land transformation to be. Alright, here's going to be the northwest corner, and it's right near my starter house. Alright, here's going to be the northeast corner, and it's right here near the big dome building. Alright, here's the southeast corner, and it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. So if I'm gonna cut any of the corners, it will definitely be this one, because I could just do a curve from that corner to that corner. The final corner in the southwest is right here. I might also want to cut this one a little bit because it's so far from all of my stuff. Welcome back everybody, and this doesn't look like it took a super long time, but I can assure you it definitely did. In addition to having to clear up a lot of messy terrain, I also needed to remove all of the trees in this area except for some over there, which I decided just to go over top of. So yeah, I think that now that we've got this outline, it should give us a good idea of how we want to build the terrain. As you can see from way up here, the part that I've covered in Blackstone already makes up about 1/3, maybe a little bit more of the area that I want to do. And yeah, I think that's pretty good progress, and hopefully I should be able to finish it soon. When I'm working on building the rest of it though, I hope it won't take as long, because I don't plan to make the terrain as complex and detailed as I did over here with all of the half slabs and stairs and cliffs and stuff. That was all just really hard. So after this, I'm just going to try to make the terrain a lot simpler and just try to go up by 1 block at a time using stairs or the occasional half slab. That will be better because it's much easier, and also since I'm not going to be walking through all of this very much, it doesn't really matter if it's detailed. Alright, my mob switch is on and my inventory is all set up, so I'm ready to do some building. Okay everybody, it's been a couple hours, and let's take a little bit of a break from that time lapse and see what we've done so far. And I've went all the way out to the corners on this side and this side, and as you can see, it looks really nice. It makes it look much more complete, but also I didn't spend too much time making the terrain very complex or detailed, just covered up all of the forest that was here before. And yeah, along here it's all the same, going all the way around to this area right here, which is what I'm working on now. As you can see right here, I was getting pretty uncreative with the terrain. If I had to go up a hill, I'd just do straight stairs and just have it look like this. But I think because it's Blackstone, the dark texture kind of hides some of the imperfections. Anyways, around this corner, I need to start expanding out across here and over the river. And this part's going to start getting a little bit more tricky because of the hills here and the river, but I think I should be able to solve that by just covering up most of the river. And remember, I'm not trying to focus on details right now, I'm just trying to get this entire area covered in with Blackstone, and then hopefully I should be able to start focusing on some detailing aspects. As we continue out into a bit more hilly terrain, I want to show you a bit of how I build this. And basically what I do is I first look at all of the edges, and with the fast placement macros off, I just go around and cover all of the edges with stairs. I don't really worry about missing corners or having small issues like this because you won't even be able to notice it on the large scale. I also need to make sure to patch up any visible dirt that I leave, just like this. Once I've added in all the stairs and patched up all of the corners, the area is almost done. All I have to do is spam a bunch of slabs everywhere. There we go, I've finished this very small area. Now all I have to do is keep repeating this for the entire area that I want to cover. And yeah, the next part that I want to work on is over here. I want to cross over this river. I said I'm going to cover it up, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Alright guys, it's time for a quick check-in on our progress so far. I spent a few hours filling in the river area down there, and it's going really well. I'm definitely speeding up at this, and also we've finally done it. In the statistics, our #1 most placed item is the Blackstone slab, even more than stone, which is pretty cool. Also, I had a little bit of a lazy moment over here, and I just ended up making just normal boring slabs going up like this uniformly. But I don't think I'm going to change that because I don't have the time and I just want to finish the entire thing. Right now I want to take a quick break from landscaping and actually try to decorate this one more farm that I missed. And it's not because I forgot about it. I thought I was just going to get rid of this one, but I realized that it's probably easier just to build a building around it than to remove it. And if I build another one, I can just use either one of them. As always, I need to start by building a big box around it out of cyan terracotta. I'll add a little window here so you can see inside the farm a little bit. I'll also add a little access hatch up here because you need to manually collect all of the flowers. To finish off the building, I added in some strips of color as well as some smooth quartz just to finish it off. And I think it looks pretty good. Back to business now. I want to continue expanding the Blackstone area around this building, which is something I haven't started to do yet, and I think once that's done, we'll be almost complete with the transformation. I spent quite a while more working on the land transformation, and it's going really well. I'm about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way done, and hopefully I should be able to get it done soon because I'm not putting this episode out until I've finished this entire thing. Also, I'm not going to be able to record for the next few days, so if I get any extra time to play, I'll be here placing down Blackstone slabs and trying to get as far as I can through the land transformation. Welcome back, guys. It has been a while, but you just watched me place the final few blocks of this entire project. Alright, actually it looks like I missed a spot right here. Let me fix that. There we go. Now it is completely done. As you can see, I've transformed this entire area, and yeah, it obviously took me an extremely long time. Now that we're done, I want to finally check the total count of Blackstone slabs that we've placed. There we go. It's 28,000, not even close to the second place, which is stone. That is absolutely insane. I probably won't do anything as big as this for a while now, but I'm happy it's done with. Actually, it's not really done. I think I have one more thing I want to add, and that's walls, because as you can see, even though this area that I've transformed is absolutely massive, you can see the edges of it, and the terrain outside just looks green, and the border is really not very nice, and it's just very harsh. So I came to this world to try to develop some cool wall designs that I might want to use, and I've got quite a lot of them here, so let's quickly go through them. This first one uses crying obsidian in lines. This one would be pretty easy to build if I used macros to automatically scroll through my hotbar, but it doesn't look the best. This one's kind of cool, but you can see through it. This one's easy, just made of more Blackstone, but I think it might look boring and too similar to the floor. This one looks really nice, but it's too expensive with all of the obsidian and coal. This one is a simpler version of that other, and it's pretty nice. I like this. This one is the cliffs that I've been doing in other places. It's pretty cool, but very difficult to build. And we got this one, just some basalt. This would be pretty difficult if I wanted to do the jagged edges. And finally, we've got this thing. I really did consider doing all of these other ideas, but as soon as I came up with this idea for the massive wall of concrete powder, yeah, that's definitely the one that I'm going to settle on. And it is really tall, but I have an idea for a way that might not make it too difficult to place. So if I want to make a wall, say 60 blocks tall all the way around, that'll be really cool because you won't be able to see any of the surrounding scenery. You'll just be able to see the sky. And the way that I'll have to do this is use a contraption like this. They all get pushed to the side, and eventually they'll fall down. This is a really cool thing I've developed, and it's somewhat effective, but I think it needs to be perfected a little bit to get it to work perfectly. To cover this entire area around my spawn base, I'm going to need about 30,000 black concrete powder, I'm guessing, and that's going to be 15,000 of each gravel and sand, and that's about 9 shulker boxes. Starting with the sand, I actually started collecting quite a bit of it in a new desert that's a few thousand blocks away, and it's right across here in the Nether. As you can see, I've completely decimated this desert. Didn't take me too long. I just went at it and used up my shovel maybe like 4 or 5 times, and I've got a ton of sand. All the places here where you see sandstone or stone, there's like 4 or 5 layers of sand on top of that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a half double chests of sand. That's definitely going to be more than enough for all of the black concrete powder. We can also grab a bunch of gravel from our piglin bartering farm. Luckily this has been running the entire time we were collecting Blackstone, so we've got tons of that. Okay, I've gathered up all the sand and gravel I'll need in these chests right here. And now all we have to do is craft all of this up with some black dye from our squid farm. I always underestimate how long it takes to craft things, especially with complex recipes, but I've got most of the concrete powder done. I have 8 double chests of it, and that's definitely going to be enough to at least start off the walls. I've patched up all the way around the area where, oh no, where all of the walls are going to be, and at this point I should be just about ready to start building them. But once I do start that, I think it's going to be quite a big commitment, and it will take a long time to complete. So I want to make sure I do it right, and I think I'm going to save the walls for the next episode. And yeah, I guess that means it's it for this episode. With all of the progress we've made in this episode, I think the end of this project is finally in sight, and I'm hoping to finish it off really soon. And yeah, I guess that's going to be it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.